This conference will now be recorded.
In the Power Pivot last class, we started discussing about date functions. Date and time functions. Today's class also will discuss about date and time functions. In the last class, we discussed about couple of date and time functions. What are the date and time functions we discussed in the last classes? One function we discussed about is a calendar function first. Once after calendar function, in the calendar function, we used one function with the name called what? Date, where you'll pass year, month, and day. It will convert to date. Next, we discussed about a function called what? Calendar auto. Right. Next, we discussed about a function called what? Year, which will derive the calendar year. And we discussed about a function called what? Quarter, which will derive the calendar quarter. So let's see that. I'm opening Power BI desktop. I'll just load orders table. Remaining functions I'll discuss. First, let me load orders table. Click on load. Along with this, I want to create a date table. What is the procedure to create a date table? Go to data view, table tools, new table. We can give any name to the table. I will just go and give dim underscore date. And we can use either a calendar function or calendar auto function. If it is a calendar auto function, you don't want to pass start date and end date. It will automatically read from the model, right? When you create a date table, best practice is as soon as you create the date table, mark it as date table. Mark it as what? Date table. And whenever we need any date and I want to show year-wise sales. So when you want to show year-wise sales, any date column you need to take from dim date table. Any sales column you need to take from orders table in current scenario, right? So you need to have a relationship. What is this? Order date and date. You can give the relationship based on order date and date. In order to show year-wise sales in the visual, first you'll go and derive what here? Here. Uh, uh, for every row, I need one value. Select the dim date table. Click on what? New column. To derive the year, the DAX function is year function. Year, and we need to pass date column. From which date you need to derive is date. Dim underscore date of date column. Enter. You got the year now. Now you can comfortably go and show year-wise sales. I can take the visual, I can drag the year, I can drag the sales. Let's say I want to show year-wise, quarter-wise sales. So for that you need to derive what here? Quarter. Yesterday we shown you how to derive the quarter. Click on new column. You can use quarter function. Quarter. You can use quarter function. To that function we need to pass one date column. Dim date of date. Date column. Dim date of date. Close the bracket. Run this. But you will get quarter number. Instead of quarter number, you need to prefix qtr and one space ampersand, right? Next function is what? Month function. In order to derive the month number, I wanted to get month number in this table from the date column. In order to get the month number from this date column, we can use a function called month. Select the dim date. Again, I want for every row one value. New column. We can give the column name as month or month number. You can use month and from which date column? Dim date of date. Go and close this, enter. You can derive the month, guys. Now my client is asking to show year wise, quarter wise, month wise sales. So year wise, quarter wise, month wise sales they want to see in the visual. For that, what you can do, drag the year, drag the quarter. What we noticed is 2014, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. 4 quarters. Again 2015, 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. And then we drag month. So in Q1, what we noticed? 1, 2, 3. Q2, 4, 5, 6. So in the visual, clients will not be interested to see month numbers. In the place of month numbers, they will like to see what? Month name. You will like to see month name. So here, in order to show month name, first what you need to derive here? Month name. To derive the month name, there is a function with the name called format function, guys. Physical year, how we to derive, physical quarter, how to derive. In the last class, we seen it, right? We seen it. Now I need to derive what means month name. To derive the month name, there is a DAX function with the name called what? Format. So you using format function, you need to derive the month name. Select the dim date. Again, I need for every row one value. Click on what? New column. Month name. Month name. To get the month name, I said that we need to use a DAX function called what? Format. From which column you need to derive the format? You need to derive month name from where? First value means from which column you need to derive? Date column. You need to go and select date column here. Dim date of date. And second argument is what? Format. In which format you want. So you need to give the format in the double quotes. When you write 3 M's, it will give the abbreviated month name. If you want abbreviated month name, you can go and give 3 M's. Like what it will show: Jan, Feb, March, like that it will show. Abbreviated month names. If you want complete month names, you need to go and give 4 M's. 4 M's will give what? Complete month name, right? We derived the month name using the format function. Now go to the visual. Instead of month number, I'll remove the month number. We'll drag what? Month name. What we noticed is in 2014 Q1, what months it is showing is February, January, March. Are they in the proper order? No. First, in the Q1, it is showing February, January, March. In the Q2, it's showing what? April, June, May. Are they in the proper order? No. What might be the reason? Uh, Q1, why it is showing February 1st, January next, March?
Alphabetical.
In the alphabetical order. It is doing what? Alphabetical order. In Q1, under these 3 months, F will come first, then J, then M. In the Q2, A will come first, then J, then M. In Q3, which one will come first? August, July, September. They are in alphabetical order. When you have in the alphabetical order, you will not see proper order. Generally, they will expect in order. So year-wise, quarter-wise, month-wise sales, they will expect in what? Proper order. So if you want to get the proper order here, you need to do some small setting, guys. What is that is? Whenever you use month name, by default, month name will be sorted based on month name, guys. By default, month name will be sorted based on month name only. But I don't want to sort month name based on month name. So if you see here, I'm in report view. When I go and select month name column, when I go to column tools, when I go to sort by column, default month name will be sorted based on what means month name only. In Power View classes, one more time I'll talk about sorting. For now, just understand at a high level. So when I start Power View classes, one more time I'll talk about the sorting. We have class there. Now the requirement is I need to sort the months not in the alphabetical order. First I need January, then February, then March. How to get that is select the month name column. When month name column is sorting based on month name column, it will start based on text only. You will not get the expected order. What you need to do is whenever you are sorting the data based on month name, internally it need to sort the data based on what? Month number. So how to change it is select the month name, go to the column tool, sort by, click on month number. Now go and check your visual. Are you getting the proper order now? 2014 Q1 January, February, March. 2014 Q2 April, May, June, and their sales values. They will expect in proper order here. I just shown you. Even though you derive the month name, you used it. Always month name need to sort based on what? Month number. Otherwise, you will get in alphabetical order. Right. We seen how to derive month name. Once after the month name, they will expect to see. Now you are showing the data year wise, quarter wise, month wise sales. What might be the next they will ask us to see is day wise, right? Year wise, quarter wise, month wise, day wise sales. Day column also you need to take from which table now? Dim date. Do you have day here? No. Select the dim date. For every row you need what? One value. Click on new column. What you need to derive now? Day. What is the formula to derive the day is day. There is a function with the name called what? Day. To the day function, we need to pass what column? Date column. It will return a number from 1 to 31 representing the day of the month. From which column now? Dim date of date. When I go and close this, enter it, you will see the days. Now you can comfortably show year wise, quarter wise, month wise, day wise sales. Yes or no? I have all the columns: year column, quarter column, month column, day column, and finally what? Sales. Each day wise sales it is showing. Okay, that is day. Sometimes beside the day, they will ask us to show day name also. January 3rd might be it's a Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. They want to see the day name. How to even show the day name is? So to show the day name, what you need to derive now? Dim date table, you need to derive the day name. To derive the day name in the dim date table, for every row I need one value. Select the dim date, click on what? New column. What I need to derive now? Day name. To derive the day name, what is the function is? Again, format. There is a no direct, when there is no direct function, you need to rely on what function? Format. To derive the year, there is a direct function called what? Year. Quarter, quarter. Month, month function. Today, day function. Month name, no function, format. Day name, we don't have the function. Again, we need to use what? Format. Just go and use format function. From which column we need the output? Dim date of date. What is the format means? If you write 3Ds, it will give abbreviated month, day name. Abbreviated day name means what? Wednesday. When three characters. If you want complete day name, 4 days. 4 days will give the complete day name. This is the format case. When I go and enter, I'll get day name. So 2014 January 1st is what day? Wednesday. You can check it here. 2014, we are looking at January 1st. What is this? What day? Wednesday. It got derived what? Wednesday. Right. Now, can I show day name here beside the day? Yes. What you can do is you can just go and add what? Day name. It is 3rd, 3rd January. It is what? Friday. So for some reason, if your client is asking to show day name in the visual, first you need to derive it. How to derive the day name? Format. So we understand format, day, and sometimes there is weekday. Instead of deriving the day name, so there is something called weekday number. Weekday number means Sunday 1, Sunday what? 1, Monday 2, Tuesday 3. They will ask us to show day number. So let's say in this week, 19th is which day? 4th day. In this week, 22nd is which day? 7th day. The day number they will ask us. So how to show the day number is, there is a function called what? Weekday. Weekday function will derive what? Weekday number from a given date. One for Sunday and 7 for what? Week will start on Sunday. It will ends on Saturday. So 1 to 7. So they want to understand which day we are getting more sales. They're expecting numbers here. 1, 2, 3. 1 states for what? Sunday. Two states what? Monday. And which day they are having more sales, they want to see it. If you want to derive the weekday number, this is weekday name. Instead of Wednesday, what might be the number you need to get? 4. Sunday 1, Monday 2, Tuesday 3, Wednesday 4. That 4 number I need to get it. How to get that 4 is weekday number. So day name you written. Now week number or weekday number. Weekday number. How to get the weekday number is, there is a function called weekday function. From which column you need to derive the weekday? Dim date of date. Dim date of date. And when I keep the comma, you have return type. Return type is there in square bracket. Square bracket means optional. When you don't pass the optional argument, default it will take one value. So in the return type, you can send 3 types of values, either 1, 2, 3. So by default, if you don't pass anything, it will take 1. What 1 means? Look at here. In the return type, by default, it will take 1. What that 1 means, I'll show you. What 1 means? Sunday 1 through. If for Sunday, if you want to give the number 1, go and pass which argument here? 1. So when you pass 2, what happens? Let's see. When you pass 2 here, what is this? Hmm. Okay, let's do like this. When I pass 2, what is it telling now? Monday 1, Sunday 7. Some people week will start on what? Monday. Those people will choose what? 2. Mostly Sunday. Sunday guys, US people, all this. For some reason, if you want Monday 1, you can go and pass 2. Next one is what? 3. When I pass 3, what happens? Monday 0 till Sunday 6. For now, my requirement is Sunday 1 I need. Which one you need to pass? 1. If you pass 1 or if you don't pass it, it will take 1 only. Default, it will take what? 1. Wednesday, what you are getting now? 4. For some reasons, if you want weekday number, you can use a function called weekday function. If you want to get weekday name, format. 4 days will give full weekday name. 3 days will give abbreviated weekday name. Sometimes clients will ask you, show me year wise, quarter wise, month wise, week wise sales. Once after here, or else my client is asking to show year wise, week wise sales. Year wise, week wise sales. Year, 1 year might contains how many weeks? 52 to 53 weeks you will have. Some years will have what? 52 weeks. Some years will have what? 53 weeks. I'm planning to see each year wise, week wise sales. Week column, you need to take it from which table? Dim date table. Dim date table. How to get the week? To get the week of the year, there is a function called week number function. What is that function name? Week number. The week number function will derive week number of the year from a given date. You will get either 52 weeks or 53 weeks. Let me derive it. Select dim date, click on new column. For every row, and I need one value. What is that? Week number of the year. Week number of what? Year. To get the week number of the year, the function name is week number function. From which date column? Dim date of date. And return type, again, whether your week is beginning on Sunday. First, if you pass 1, week begins on what? Sunday. If you pass 2, week begins on Monday. Mostly I said that week will begins on what? Sunday. You'll pass what here? 1, go and enter. So it will give week number. These 3 dates will comes under where? Week 1. When it is going to Sunday, it will go to where? Second week. Sunday week will start, right? Second week. You got the weeks. Rather than showing the numbers, better to prefix what? Week before it. Better to prefix week before it. So week number of the year. So I'll just derive another column. I don't want to change this column. I'll go and derive another column. How to derive another column? New column. Name. Week. Name of year. So just I'll prefix week here. How to prefix week? Week and ampersand. And you can take the column which we already derived. Week number of the year. On a run this, you will get week name, right? Now I want to show year wise, week wise sales. How can we show that? Week name of the year, and you can show the sales. What it is showing now? Week 1, and then it is showing what? Week 10, week 11, week 12, week 13, something. What might be the reason is, so if you want week name of the year, sort by, now you are getting in the proper order or not? So previously, what is the problem? Week name is sorting based on what? Week name. Week name is sorting. Week name means text column. Text column, alphabetical order it will sort. You'll get 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, something like this you'll get it. Are they in proper order? No. How to get the proper order here is, select the week name of the year. You sort that by what? Week number of the year. Then you'll get week 1, 2, 3 till where? 2014 is having how many weeks? 53 weeks. Each week, how much sales amount you are getting? Then it is changing to where? 2015 weeks, right? Week. Sometimes they'll ask you year wise, quarter wise, month wise, week wise sales. What? Year wise, quarter wise, month wise, week wise sales. So when I go and drag week name of the year, it will show like this: week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. January contains how many weeks? 5 weeks. And February also it is showing continuation of there: week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, like this. But my requirement is not like this. So I need to separate the weeks for each month. What it means? For January, week 1 to week 5. For February, week 1 to week 5. That means I need to derive week number of the month. This is what? Week of the year. I want week of the month. So if you take your April month now, in the April month, this is week 1. This is what in the April month? Week 1. In the this is what? Week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. When again month ends, again week 1, week 2, week 3, I want it. I want to derive week number of the month. How to derive week number of the month is, to derive the week number of the year, there is a function called what? Week number function, which will derive. But we don't have a function for deriving what? Week number of month. Then how to derive that week number of month is, so you need to use one function called start of the month, guys. Start of the month is not a date and time function. It's what? Time intelligence function, but we will use it here now. So if you want to get the week number of the month, I'm writing some override formula like this. See, previously, to derive the fiscal year, you written what? Some formula, right? Do you have a direct formula to derive fiscal year? We don't have it. You used what? If and we written, right? To derive the fiscal quarter also, we don't have a direct function. We write some override DAX code and we derived it. Which function we use there? Switch. Same way, to derive the week of the month also, we don't have a ready-made function. We need to write the code and it need to give it. What we are trying to write here is, just carefully observe. Go and take this April, or else go to January month. It will be easy for us. I'm in which month now? January month. I'll just go to January month. I'm in which month currently means? January month. Okay. So for January month, tell me, this date comes under which week of year? This date comes under which week of year? First week of the year. Even which week for month? First week. Both are 1 1. I need to get it. To get 1 1, this formula will give week number of the month you are deriving. So while deriving the week number of the month, what you are writing is week number of the given date. So when you pass fourth, week number of 4, what you will get? Week number of 4, what you will get is 1. 1. So minus you are writing, and you are going and writing week number of start of the month of that given date. For this given date, what is the start of the month? 1st January. See here, what you will get is start of the month of given date means, for this given date, start of the month is what? 1st January. So 1st January also comes under which week? First week. 1 minus 1, 0. You are adding with what? 1. 1 plus minus 1 plus 1, 0. Why we are writing like this, you will understand. So when you do like this 1 and this 1 will go which week? First week. Take another date now. What is the date I'm going to take this time is some 11th. Go to the January. I'm going to take one of the date called 11th case. Which date you are taking now? 11th. For 11th, execute this formula. What you will get here? 1 plus week number of the given date. For this date, what is the week number? 2 minus week number of the start of the month of the given date. For this month, for this date, start of the month, not start of the week, start of the month. Start of the month will give for the given date. What is the start date? So first Jan will go here. First Jan 23. For first Jan 2023, what is the week number? 1. 1 plus 2 minus 1. How much it is? 2. 1 plus 2 equal to 3. 3 minus 1 equal to 2. This is which week of the month? Second week. So you are getting expected, guys. So this is first week, second week, third week, fourth week, and go to the February month, fourth week. So when you are in January month, till here it is fourth week. 29, 30, 31 comes under which week? Fifth week. And this comes under which week? Sixth week. Sixth week of the year. This comes under which week? So you are in February 7th. When you count week of the year, how much it is? Sixth week. Sixth week. Now, let's say for this date, week of the year, you need to get what number? 6. Week of the month, what you need to get? 2. You need to get what? 2. So in order to get 2, you written this formula. This is the only way you can get 2. For this date, you go and execute this formula. For this 7th, when you execute this formula, 1 plus week number of the given date. For 7th, week number of the year. Week number function will give what? Week number of the year. What is that? 6 minus, for this particular date, start of the month, 1. So start of the month is 1. Then 1 week number is how much? This is first Feb. No, week number will give week number of the year. First Feb 2023. Start of the month will give the start date. For this particular date, what is the week number of the year? This is 6, this is 5, right? 5. This is what? 5. 1 plus 6 equal to how much? 7. 7 minus 5 is how much? 2. Is it the second week of the month? Yes. You need to write this formula like this, guys. This formula will work. So what we are doing is, so somehow we need to manage to get what? Week number of the month. We don't have a direct formula. If you have a direct formula, if you want to get the week number of the year, already DAX people or Microsoft people given one function. We can manage it. When it is not there, you might need to go with some customized code. We are just, what we are doing is week number of the year for that particular date minus week number of the start of the month for that particular date. To that number we need to add, then you will get correctly week number of the month, right? So might be to understand this one time you will not understand, listen to the formula again. What? So we are not doing much, nothing here. Take any date. Let's say for this I'm planning to find out what? Week number of the month. For this week number of the month is what? Second week. You can go somewhat top. It is not showing date properly. So this is week 1, this is week 2, this is what? Week 3. For this 13, you need to get what? 3. In order to get the 3 week number of the month 3, you need to go with this formula. 1 plus week number of the given date. Week number means in the year it will give. Let's say in the year, if it is roughly how much? How much? Let's say roughly if it is 15. Let's say if it is roughly, I'm telling 15. When it is 15, start of the month. Start of the month is what? First. If it is 15, it is what? 14. It is what? 13 minus 13. 1 plus 15. 16. 16 minus 13. The third week you are getting or not? Like this, you need to write some simple formula, guys. Right? I'm just writing some simple formula to get week number of the month. So just go and for every row you need one value. Click on what? New column. You can give the column name as what? Week number of the month. So that particular date, week number, that starting, this start of the month will give that starting date of that month. Function itself, it is telling start of the month. Okay. When I go and enter, you'll get a week number of the month. Instead of having like this, better to prefix what? Better to prefix what? Week, week before it. So better to go and add another column. If you go and prefix here, sorting is not possible. If you want to sort, number column also required, text column also required. So how to add the text column is called new column, week, name of month, week name of month. What you need to do? Prefix week, ampersand, and that column, week number, month you derived, right? That column, enter. Now you can comfortably go and show. Client is expecting here year wise, quarter wise, month wise, week wise sales. What is that column? Week name of the month. When I drag it, it is showing week names. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. It is showing proper order. Happy. You don't need to do sort again. It's showing correctly. Then what you want? Sales. So what date columns they're asking in the visual? All the date columns you need to derive in which table? Dim date table, by just using these functions, right? Right. That's what, guys. Start of the month we derived. Start of the month is a time intelligence function. What it will give is first day of the month for a given date. Okay. So to derive the date dimension table, we clearly what kind of columns will be there is year, quarter, quarter name, month name, financial quarter, weekday name, week number of the year, week name of the year, week number of the month, week name of the month. So all these formulas we already written, right? Right. Let's talk about some more functions here. There is one function with the name called what? Today. There are some times where you need to perform some calculation based on system date. Let's take an example. I have a table called EMP DEPT table. I'm just bringing EMP DEPT tables. In EMP DEPT tables, you have a column. In EMP table, you have a column called hide date. My requirement is I need to derive one column. How many days before this employee joined with us? I need to derive what? Experience in what? Days. Experience in days. How you'll calculate experience? System date minus hide date will give what? Experience. System date minus hide date will give the experience. Select employee table. For every row I need one value. Click on what? New column. What is the column? Experience in days. Experience in what? Days. You need to get the difference between the two dates. In order to get the difference between the two dates, there is a function called what? Date diff. Date diff function will give difference between what? Two dates. Now, uh, I'm using date diff. Date diff function, how many arguments you need to pass? Date 1, date 2, you need difference in days or weeks or months, you can mention here. Interval. So what date diff function will do is date 2 minus date 1 it will do. What it will do? Date 2 minus date 1. Now you need to do system date minus high date. In the date 1, what you need to pass? High date. In the date 2, what you need to pass? System date. It will do what? System date minus high date. In the date 1, pass the high date. In the date 2, you need to pass what? System date. To pass the system date in the DAX, what function you have is today function. Today function will give returns what? System date, today's date, today's date. You just go and write what function here? You can see today function itself. You can see today function return what? Current date. Current date it will return. You can just open the bracket and close the bracket, and you need this difference in what? Days. When I close this, how many days you have? We can get it, right? So how many days back this employee joined with 1981? How many days? 15283 days. Okay, right. Date differ, which will give difference between the two dates. Sometimes we need to get the difference in hours. When you want to get the, let's say this is having only data. Let's say this column is having date and time. I want to get the difference. So this today function, what it will do is, look at here. Today function will give today's date. But what is the time it is giving? It will give today's date, no doubt. What is the time it is giving? Day start time. Day start time. Day start time. Day will start at all zeros. Day start time it will give. So there are sometimes you need to get the difference in hours. When you want to get the difference in hours, you need to even consider what? Current time. You need to consider current time. So can today function will give current time? No. To get the time also, current time also, for some reasons in the calculation, if you want to consider the time also, you need to go with which function? Now, not the today function. Today function only date. Then today. Date and time means now. You look at this instead of today, I can use now function. When I go and check now function, what it is giving? Current time it is giving or not? Yes, date and time. So just keep in mind, for some reasons in the calculation, if you want to even consider hours, then you need to go with which function? Now function. If you don't want to consider hours, better to go with which function? Today function. And so there is some function with the name called hour, minute, second. If you have a date and time column, sometimes you will have a column with date and time. So I'm giving the column name as date time. What column? Date time column. What is the function which might give date and time? Now, from this column, I want to separate hour. From this column, I want to separate minutes. How to get hours, minutes, and seconds? I have a date and time column. From that, I need to separate hours. From that, I need to separate minutes. From that, I need to separate seconds. Which functions will help you is what? Hour. Hour function will return what? From a given date, it will return the hour. Look at here. I'll select employee table, click on new column. I want to separate hour. Which function will use? Hour function. From which column? Date time column. We added one date time column, right? You go and add date time column. When you go and run this, you are getting what? Whichever, ninth hour, right? For some reasons, if you want to extract hour from the date and time column, you can use hour function. Minute function, it will extract. Second function, it will extract. Let's say there are sometimes what you will have is you'll have hour, minute, second in three columns. You need to combine the three columns into time. You need to combine the three columns into what? Time. When you want to combine which function? Time function. Time function, you need to pass three arguments. What are that? Time function will take what? Hours, minutes, seconds, and it will give what? Time. If you see date function is there. Date function will take what? Year, month, day. It will convert to what? Date. However, date function will do that. Time function also will take what? Hour, minute, second, and it will convert to time. If there is any requirement you have, where you have three columns, hour, minute, and second, where you need to combine into one time, you need to use which function? Time function. And next one is what? Date diff function. We already discussed difference between the two dates. If you want difference between the two dates, you can go with what? Date diff function. There is another function called date add. What is this function name? Date add. It's not a date and time function. It's what? Time intelligence function. What this uh, function will do is it will add a couple of dates for a given date. A given date. Let's say I generated one invoice for one company came for purchasing some product. Based on the today's date, I generated one invoice. That invoice will have some expiry date, 2 days or 3 days. After 3 days, the prices might change. I cannot allow them to take the order after 3 days. If I want to give the invoice expiry date 3, that means I need to add 3 days for a given date. Let's say this is invoice date. So this invoice will expire in with how many days? 3 days. If this invoice will expire in 3 days, you need one date, expiry date. How can you derive the expiry date? You need to add 3 days to the given date. How can you add the days means? Using one function called what? Date add. Date add, to which column you need to add, how many days you need to add, what interval. What interval. Let's write that. So in the employee table, I'm going to derive a new column, expiry date. What is that? Expiry date or invoice expiry date, something. So to get that 3 days of a particular date, which function will add? Date add. Which date now? Hide date. So generally this is not the right column, hide date, but just take it. Hide date, how many days? It will explain. Number of intervals, 3. Interval is what? Days. Day. Close the bracket, run it. It will add what? 3 days for this given part. So it need a continuous dates, guys. It will not work here. Time intelligence functions, if they want to work properly, the date column will have what? Continuous dates. Do you have continuous dates here? No. So generally that column you need to use in which table means dim date table. Dim date. So I have a, this take this date as what date? Order date. So this will expire on how many days? 3 days. How can you add it is click on what? New column. So I'll just write same formula here, expiry date. You just try to understand what this date add function will do. In the coming class also I'll use date add function. In the coming class DAX formulas I'll use it. For now just see it. I want to add 3 days. Within 3 days it will expire. So we'll use which function here? Date add. For which date? First one is date argument. Which date is dim date of date? How many days? 3. What is the interval? Day. Close the bracket and run this formula. So are you getting the proper date or not? So this 1st Jan 1918. It is what 3 days when you add 4th Jan? It is adding 3 days. That invoice will expire here. Right. For now, just high level understand date add what it will do. You can move the given set of dates by specified interval. Sometimes you might need to add 3 months also. How we'll add, we'll see in the coming classes. For now, just have one example. Useful to calculate what? Invoice valid date, recharge expiry date. You recharged a mobile today. You need expiry date. Your validity is for how many days? 28 days. When it will expire? You need expiry date, right? So let's take this as recharge date. So when it is recharge date, expiry date is 28 days. When you take 1 month plan or something, so you need it. What you need to do here? You need to pass what? 28. When you pass 28, you will get your recharge valid till where? 29 January. Right. Next one is E date. Returns the date that is indicated number of months before or after the start date. Let's say you taken a loan now and loan tenure is 48 months. You need to know when the loan will complete, right? So you need to use which function now? E date. On what date you taken the loan? How many months is the tenure? So it will give what? Loan closing date. So E date, what it will do? Returns the date that indicate number of months before or after. When you add 48, after 48 months it will tell the data. If you add minus 48, it will take where? Before. Before. Here in the months you can pass either positive number or negative number. When you pass positive number of months after. When you pass negative number, before. Take an example. I taken this is the loan sanction date. This loan will is for how many months? 48 months. I need to understand what is the last date of the loan after 48 months. Which function you can use? E date. When you use E date function, you can pass what? Loan sanction date. How many months is the tenure? It will tell you when your loan will complete. Right? Right. Next one is what? See, these functions very rarely we might use it, but keep in mind there are some functions. We don't know what kind of requirement we'll have in the project. So keep in mind this. So next one is what? E date. Returns the date that indicated number of months before or after the start date. So this is one I said. EVO month, we already discussed. Next one is what? EVO month. So there are sometimes we need to derive how many days we have in that particular month. Take an example, there is a June month. I want to calculate this date is there. In that date belongs to which month? June month. In June month, how many days I have? I need to derive. How many days? 31 or 30? 30? 30 or 31?
30.
30. So whatever it is. Let's to make it easy, go to January. January month, how many days? 31 days. I want to see the number of days in that month. How to get that number of days means if you go with day, it will give 23. Day will derive what? Day. But I don't want day. I want to take the date. The date month I need to take it. That month last date I need. That month last date I need. How can you get that that month last date is, you can use a function called what? EO month. EO month will give end of that month date. From that end of the month date, if you derive the day, you'll get last date of that month or not. You'll get it. See, this EO month will give, let's say, I'll just use first EO month. I'm selecting employee table. So for this date, what is the last date of that month I will derive? To derive for the day last date of month, what is that? EO month, end of month, end of month. So take the function called EO month. So you need to pass the date column. For which date column you need to get EO month? Hide date. For the current month, if you want EO month, 0. After adding 1 month, if you want end of the month, 1. So when you add 1, for the given date, it will add 1 month. For that 1 month, it will give end of that month. My requirement is no need to add any month. For that given month, I need end of the day. You need to pass what here? 0. When you pass 0, for the given month, it will give end of the day. So for the given month, June month is how many days? 30 days. January month is how many days? 31. I don't want complete date. I want only day from this. What you can use along with this? Which function you can use? Day, and you will pass this. You will get what? In that month, how many days you have, you will get it. There are sometimes when you want to calculate some averages or something, first you need to calculate how many days you have. Let's see, I want to calculate average of January salary for each day. So first in January, how many days you have, you need to get it. Or in February, how many days you want, you need to get it. To get in that month, for a particular date in that month, how many days you have, you can use which function here? EO month function. Right, next one is date value function. Convert the date in the format of text to date in date time format. See, there are sometimes you will have date column only, but unfortunately the data type of the date column will be what? Text. So this column is date, but this data type is what? Text. So can I use in any calculations? Means it is not possible. So how can you convert this to date data type? This column you need to convert it to. So previously when I talk about text functions, we discussed about one function called value function. What that value function did? It convert text column to number. The text column contains what values? Number values. Here column is date. Dates are there, but data type is what? Text. I want to convert this to date. How to convert this to date is, there is a function called what? Date value. To change the data type, there is a function called date value. Click on dim date. Click on what? Sorry, I don't want in this table. I'll just go to table called employee table. In employee table, we have text column. I need to convert to date. Select employee table, click on what? New column. I want to convert it to the date case. I'm giving the column name as date. So what is the function you need to take? Date value. To the date value, you need to pass a column date text. What is the argument? Column should contain date values, but its data type is what? Text. What column it is that now? Hide date. Close the hide date. Enter. When you enter, what is the data type you are getting now? Date type. Here what you have? Text. Whenever we need to convert text data type to date time, you want to go with what function? Date value function. Next one is what? Network days. What is that network days means? So generally, you will raise one complaint, or that complaint will close. So you raise a complaint today. Today is what? 13 April 2023. And that complaint will be closed on some 17th April 2023. How many days it taken to close that complaint? I need to calculate. While calculating it, I need to exclude Saturdays and Sundays. Companies will not work on what? Saturdays and Sundays. When you are calculating the number of days taken by considering Saturday and Sunday, you are not calculating correctly. If you want all the dates, no problem. You can get the difference between the two dates using which function? Date diff. Date diff will not consider what? Sundays, Saturdays. There are sometimes you no need to consider Saturdays and Sundays. Not only that, you no need to consider festivals also. Not only Saturdays and Sundays, even the festival days also, company will not operate. Take an example. I started a course. I promised you I will complete in 60 days. I want to exclude Saturday, Sunday, and festivals, and I need to tell what day it will complete. 60 days. So in that scenarios, you need to use a function called what? Network days. In interview, they'll ask you mandatorily, I want to get the difference between the two dates by excluding Saturdays, Sundays, and festivals. So then which function will use? Network days. Network days. Right. Take here. You have order date and delivery date here. What dates you have? Order date and ship date. Ship date. I need to calculate how many days taken for delivering the product. I need to exclude Saturday and Sunday. If without excluding Saturday, Sunday, you can go with ship date minus order date. It will give what? Complete days. Ship date minus order date will give complete days. Instead of complete days, I want to exclude Saturday and Sunday. You need to go with what? Network days. Let's write that formula. Number of days excluding weekends or excluding weekends and holidays. First, let me exclude only weekends. Click on new column. What is that? Number of days excluding weekends. Excluding weekends. Weekend is Saturday and Sunday. You can even exclude only Sunday also. So we need to write the formula in such a way. What is the function I need to use? Network days. Network days. What is the first argument? Start date, end date. Order date is the start date. Order date is what? Start date. End date is what? Ship date is the end date. And what you have? Weekend. A weekend argument, what you need to pass is, in the weekend you can pass all these arguments. Which number to which number you can pass in the weekend? 1, 2, 3 till where? 17. So company to company, the holidays will be different. Some companies' holidays will be what? Saturday and Sunday. If you want to exclude Saturday and Sunday, you need to pass what? 1. If you don't even pass, it will take by default what? 1. Most of the companies Saturday and Sunday holiday, right? That is the reason if you don't even pass, it is an optional argument. These two arguments are there in square bracket, optional. Even when you ignore it, default values it will take. It will take what? 1. That means Saturday and Sunday it will exclude and it will give it. If you go and pass 1 here, it will exclude what? Saturday and Sunday, it will give number of days it taken for delivering the product. Okay? You can check it. Go and check that particular dates you will get correctly. It excludes what this time? Saturday and Sunday, and it will give the difference. So there are some people where only Sunday is holiday. When only Sunday is holiday, 11. You need to pass what? Instead of 1, you need to pass what now? 11. When you pass 11, it will only exclude what now? Sunday. It will exclude only Sunday. It will give the difference between the dates. I hope you understand. Mostly, they will ask you to exclude weekend only. Sometimes they will ask you to exclude what? Holidays. You need to have the holiday table separately. Somewhere your company will maintain what? Even some companies will give more holidays, some companies will give less holidays. Huh? Right? It depends on the company to company. You need to have a holiday table also somewhere. You need to take that holiday table also. If you don't have holiday table, at least you need to write holidays in the date format like this. So I'm writing all the holidays here. Network days, start date, end date. 1 means what it will exclude. Saturday and Sunday. What are your holidays? If you have holidays in one table, you can take the dates in the formula. If you don't have holidays in a separate table, you can manually type that holidays. So I'm giving start date is 24th, 10th is October 2022. Start date. End date is what? 31. If you just go with date diff, 31 minus 24, what you will get? 7. It will not exclude Saturdays and Sundays. When you just give only one, what it will return? Let's go to the date. Let's go to that particular dates. Which date we are looking at there? October, October 24 to 31. October 24 to 31. So if you these two are optional, if you don't pass this two, if you do date diff between these two, only date diff means 7 days. If you pass, if you use network days, If you take start date, end date, if you pass 1, what might be the number you will get? 5. It will exclude what? Saturday and Sunday. This 2 days it will exclude. Once it exclude 2 days, remaining days it will give. How many days it taken, right? 5. So if you even exclude these dates, what it will give? You are asking to exclude what? 27, 28, 31. These 3 days are what? Holidays. Now you are telling that you exclude 27, 28, and even 31. Then how many days? 2 days. Like that it will calculate, right? So these dates, holidays, you can pass in the flower brackets manually, or you can pass from another table also. You can pass from another table. So if that column is in another table, you can pass that from another table also. Okay. For now, as I don't have a holiday table in my list, I can write something like this. Go and run this formula, guys. Working days formula. So I will create a measure. You will get some idea. I'm just going and creating one measure. Click on new measure. Measure name is what? Working days. So for now, first I'll pass till here only. Till here. So you are not giving any holidays. How many days it will show? You are asking to exclude only what? Saturday and Sunday. Holidays you have not given. When I go and run it, 6. So why it is not 7? Returns the number of whole working days between the 2 days. It's inclusive. Inclusive means it will include the days also. What is the start date and end date we given here? 24, 31. Oh, you excluded what here? One means Saturday, Sunday it excluded. Inclusive means what? It will include what? 24 and 31. 24 and 31 by excluding what? Saturday and Sunday. So if you go here, October. October we given date as what? 24. 24 to 31, how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inclusive. Network days work on what? Inclusive the start date and end date. You are asking to exclude what now? Saturday and Sunday. 8 minus 2, 6. So if you want to give holidays also, how can you give the holidays? In flower brackets. You just need to give the dates. If you have a date column separately, you can pass that column. If you don't have it, you can manually even type it. Now, network days, start date, end date, Saturday, Sunday, holiday, and these are the holidays. Holidays. So what might be the number? Another minus 3. What you will get? When you run this formula, what you are getting? 3. Right. It is working, right? Right. So important function. Try to remember this function. They'll ask you in the interviews. So here like this, if you have a holiday table, you can bring that holiday table and you can give it. Look at this, I'll bring it. I have a table, I'll just bring it. Click on get data. Holidays are available in which table? Excel. I'll just go and bring the holiday table, DAX. There is a table called what? Holidays for which year? Calendar year 2022. I'm just bringing that. What are the holidays we have for that particular year? You have it here. So might be what we taken there. Holiday date. Table name is what? Holiday date. Okay, so the table name is holiday date. This is the table name. You have all the dates, holidays. Click on load. You have one column where you have what? You have a separate table. The table name is what? Holiday date. All the holidays are there. You need to exclude these dates. How can you exclude these dates? Is previously you created that measure by passing the hard coded dates, right? Instead of passing hard coded data, this time you will take what? Distinct date column from which table? Holiday date. Date column from holiday date. Is it there? Holiday date. Close the bracket. So whatever the holidays you have, you enter there, right? It will even give some number. It will consider that holidays. It will give the number. It is giving a different number. There, there is between the two dates only one holiday is there. In this holiday table, between the two dates, how many holidays are there? Only one. What is that? Sorry, guys. 24. 24 October. The date start date is given is what? 24. 24 itself is a holiday, right? So as one holiday is there, without holiday, when you don't pass this, what is the number you got? 6, right? When you don't pass this, what is the number you got? 6. 6. As in the holidays table, you have only one holiday. If you consider that, you will get what? 5. Right? So you can add that holiday. How we can add the holiday means distinct holiday table. Holiday table date column, right? Sorry. Holiday table date column I can pass and close one bracket and run this formula. One holiday, when it removes 6 minus 1, might be one extra bracket, you got it. Just remove the extra bracket, run this. One holiday, 6 minus 1, how much it is? 5. Right. This is all about date and time functions, guys, which are commonly used in the projects. I'll stop here today. I'll continue from here in tomorrow's class. Tomorrow we'll start next category of functions. One of the important category of functions, filter functions and relationship functions. Tomorrow's class will start both the categories of functions called filter and relationship functions. Let me stop here. We'll go with questions now.